Speak the negative in 2 sentences and say at least 5 sentences about the positive. Our subconscious seeks depth of emotions. The subconscious choice is never between positive emotions and negative emotions, but between deep emotions and shallow emotions. Since negative emotions always enjoy greater attention than the positive ones, most human beings sink into the depth of negative emotions with effortless ease. Alternatively, they are very shallow in experiencing their positive emotions. Take your own case and think about it. The child is happily playing in the house. The rest of us are lost in our own course. The happiness of the child never attracts deep attention. However, when the child hurts herself, every family member comes towards the child asking, "What happened?" Unaware, we program the subconscious of the child into believing that her crying draws more attention than her happiness. In the future, even after she grows into an adult, whenever she wants attention, she will sink into some form of crying, from tears to depression to tantrums. The range varies. Her emotions will seem so legitimate to her, though others may notice the incongruence of it. This is a subconscious choice and not a conscious one. She won't even be aware that something within her subconscious is choosing not only her emotions but also the life situations to suit those emotions. A subconscious craving for deep emotions is driving her. Between deep hatred and shallow love, your subconscious will always choose hatred. That's why you can process hurt and hatred for years, and yet every few days you need renewals of expressions of love. Else it hurts. See the irony. You are self-sufficient when it comes to keeping your hatred alive, but need external help to keep your love going. The remedy is to learn experience deep love. Intensify your expressions and demonstrations of love. Sink in love. Drown in love. Epitomize love. More importantly, learn to tranquilize hurt and hatred with forgiveness and keep it shallow. Eventually, your subconscious will spontaneously choose love over hatred for the sheer depth of it. It will also begin to choose life situations in congruence with love. Learn from your failures and leave it at that. Don't get too emotional about it. Don't spoil your subconscious. Celebrate your success. Get every cell of yours involved. Pamper your subconscious. Ill health deserves nothing more than a passing remark. Oh, brag about your health and fitness. Let your subconscious know your preference. The solution is simple. Speak the negative in 2 sentences and say at least 5 sentences about the positive. Ration your emotions to the negative and create an emotional flood for the positive. That's transformation. Transcending the old formation of the subconscious into a new one. Someone said a sad heart writes the most beautiful poetry. So, God must have been sad when He created this beautiful world. Oh, then He has not seen my God. Learn to experience the depth of bliss. You will no more need to write poetry. It will simply happen through you. Your life will become poetry. Why do we lie? We lie because it helps us to escape a situation which may not be pleasant. The curse of lying is that it develops in us the attitude to escape. The blessing of honesty is that it develops in us the attitude to face. If you want to hit the top, you need the attitude to face everything in life. And what will shape this attitude in you? It's honesty. It does not matter if you don't have all the answers. Do you have the right questions? The seeker asked, "Why do bad things happen to good people?" The pastor replied, "When the question itself is wrong, how do you expect me to answer it?" The question should have been, "What happens to good people when bad things happen to them?" And reply would be, "They become better people." It is not our intelligence, but it is the direction of our intelligence that determines the pace of our progress. And our intelligence can be directed if only we know how to ask the right questions. Ask, "Why me?" for all your troubles and listen to the response of your intelligence. Again ask, "Why me?" for all those countless blessings and again listen to the voice of your intelligence. Note the difference. Experience the power of questions. Questions have great powers. One right question asked at the right time can change the direction of your intelligence and thus change the direction of your life. Why is this happening to me? Sets your intelligence in a direction that will lead you to self-pity. In the same scenario, ask, what can I learn from this? And it will direct you to higher maturity. Why she does not understand me will lead to your intelligence to blame the other and also make you feel victimized. Instead, try, what should be my approach to make her understand me? And you will feel you are still in control of the situation. It puts you in a more resourceful and responsible position. If you are feeling stagnant, if you are not growing at the pace at which you can grow, if you are going in a direction that will not lead you to your goals, if you are encountering issues that are repetitive in nature, then you can be sure that you are not asking the right questions. Hence, you are not directing your intelligence right. Simple questions like, what next? How can I do what I am already doing even better? What is the worst that can possibly happen can completely change the way you perceive life. Our intelligence has an inherent compulsion to answer any question that is posed to it, either by you or by the world. So, choose your questions and direct your intelligence in constructive ways. Isidore Isaac Rabi, a physicist and a Nobel laureate, recognized for his discovery of nuclear magnetic resonance, said, "My mother made me a scientist without ever intending to." Every other Jewish mother in Brooklyn would ask her child after school, "So did you learn anything today?" But not my mother. Easy. She would say, "Did you ask a good question today?" That difference, asking good questions, made me a scientist. One man asked, "Why is the apple falling down?" And the world has not been the same ever since. In fact, all inventions and discoveries begin with a question. Arjuna, with his questions, gave a direction to Krishna's intelligence, which we know as the Bhagavad Gita. It does not matter if you don't have all the answers. What truly matters is, do you have the right questions? Your intelligence is waiting. Ask and you shall receive. Even if no one believes in you, you got to believe in yourself. Even if no one believes you can, you got to believe you can. You will believe in yourself, and when you learn to love yourself. So even if no one loves you, you got to love yourself. In fact, only when you learn to love yourself, the world will begin to love you. All in all, how the world sees you will make only a small difference to you, but how you see yourself will make all the difference to you. Everybody is watching. How long are we going to pacify ourselves by saying, "But for his smoking and chewing habits, my father is a great man"? How long are we going to satisfy ourselves by saying, "Let us not look at the character of our teacher, that's his personal life. Let us just take the teachings and leave it at that"? I am no global judge to decide what is right and what is wrong. I also know there are no universal rights and wrongs. Who am I to infringe into anybody's freedom of choice? But ask yourself the courageous question, will I be happy if my children take up what I think is okay for me? Will I ever be able to say that I am proud of myself for I have these habits? Are my character traits worthy of emulation? Is my life an example or a warning to the next generation, not selectively but holistically? Our children are watching us all the time. They learn much more by what they see than what they hear. Moral science is never learned from books, but from watching those who live around us. The world will follow your example and not your advice. The truth is that once a master has attained silence, he has attained the object of meditation and thus no longer requires the sadhana. But the ignorant seeker would argue, when the master does not meditate regularly, I need not either. The Bhagavad Gita therefore reminds us, whatever a great man does, others will imitate. Whatever standards he sets, the world will follow. We have got to do certain things for the sake of inspiring others, irrespective of our reasoning. We have a social responsibility. We have to be a worthy role model. Do what must be done and stop doing what should not be done. As a teacher, a boss, and a pioneer in the industry, a parent, as the head of the family, one holding the government office, you, me, all of us have to live in ways that set standards for others to follow. Think, talk, act, and live the way you want others to think, talk, act, and live. We cannot expect anything from the world that we are not willing to expect from ourselves. Over a period of time, the world around you tends to become a carbon copy of you. Then, for sure, you need to be a master copy worth duplicating. Mark Twain said, "Dance like nobody is watching." I wish to tell you, live as though everybody is watching.